Well, thanks, Libby, for inviting me to talk about what we've created here. I'm Jerry at Influence the Cause. We've built a fundraising platform, kind of different than unique than what's everything is out there. We kind of bring everything together as far as the three main aspects of creating right technology to launch your campaign and present it to the public, getting more sponsors through our Sponsor Connect technology, and engaging more supporters through a little gamification methodologies that we utilize in it. Not necessarily games per se, but the methodologies of our platform, and we've brought them all into one, and be able to not only launch everybody and get everybody out there, but to be heard, to be seen, and to make sure that they are, getting the right traction that they need, especially in the communities of smaller nonprofits that really need, that don't have the resources to really put stuff together or can afford to go buy outside technology and learn about it, because it's very tough and difficult. There's so much stuff out there, whether it's just a WordPress page, or it's a CRM system and trying to combine those all, or a peer-to-peer system, or a outside, ticket selling gala, things like that. We've combined this all into one platform, and we call it Influence the Cause. And I'm going to, further ado, launch our. So this is our platform. Playanthropy is our gamification methodologies that we utilize in the system, and I'll show you that in a second. But here is our main platform, which people would go to mainly to create a campaign, or the first time they're ever here. They'll just go into it and create an account and go. They can search for campaigns here, or they can explore. There's a lot of different things that they can do inside once they create their campaign, and the gamification methods and the Sponsor Connect and all takes effect there. But then once somebody creates an account, they'll never really come to our main page anymore. Everything is directed through the campaign landing page links. So anything that's directed or promoted out to the public will all go to the campaign landing page link, and I'll show you that in a second. This is a quick view of what a dashboard would look like for a nonprofit organization when they're creating a campaign. We have notifications. We have my campaigns. This is where
Jerry, you're not sharing your screen. We need to see your screen.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was. Okay. Should I start from the beginning?
There we go. Now we see it.
Okay. So here's the dashboard. I do apologize for that. I thought I was sharing. Here's the dashboard that we talked about for all organizations. There's three different dashboards. There's one for organizations, there's one for supporters, and then there's one for sponsors too. And I'm going to show you a quick overview of each one of those. Inside of here is where the quick view of where your campaigns are all stored, a quick view of how much is being raised at any time through all your campaigns throughout the year. You would create your campaign here. It's a quick 4-page input that you would just show you one that talks about the campaign. This would be a campaign landing page. You'd fill out the information, pictures, videos, things like that about what your campaign's doing. So when you're displaying that to the public, so everybody knows who you are, what your mission statements are, why you're raising money, what you're raising money for, where the funds are going, things like that. This is everything that's going to be directed to the public, and everything is done through this campaign link. So anytime as soon as you create a campaign, this link gets created, and this is what we'll be using through all social media, through sharing everything, email, whatever it may be. You use this link. We have our status bars, our share links, our donates, our saves. As you'll notice in our system is not all about the donations. It is also about building a database of supporters. So as you'll see, once I get into the gamification methods, your volunteers, your everyday people out there, they'll get points, badges, and things like that just for sharing and building a community. We have automatic peer-to-peer built inside the system, so you don't have to create outside pages. the links are tracked through each individual person. So you'll know and what your volunteers are doing on a daily basis, how many people they're bringing in, how much money they're bringing in as far as from the people that they bring in, the community that they build inside your campaign. You'll be able to notice and see and track all that information. We also store all that information and present it to the public in our leaderboards. We call them support leaderboards. We have two main support leaderboards, which I'll get into, but this is the campaign leaderboard. It talks about how many shares our people are doing, how many people are bringing into the system, like I said, how much money they're being raised from the people they're bringing in the system, and the largest donors. Who are your largest current donors in the system? And then we get into the Sponsor Connect side. And this is where very exciting, something that I don't think anybody, I haven't found it yet, that has been doing out there that we put together is called Sponsor Connect. And in our sponsor side, we encourage sponsors to promote in-kind donations. We don't ask for direct donations from sponsors. We ask sponsors to become a marketing partner, right? And they can put their inside the system, they can put their in-kind donations, whether it's coupons, tickets, gift cards, anything they want to put in the system, they can put in the system, and we'll show you how to get that done in a second. So as you can see, coupons for sharing, coupons for liking a campaign, we capture all this information. So again, we're building a database. So in the normal everyday, unless it's a donor, you can't capture them. So now digitally, you'll be able to capture everybody who likes your campaign, who shares your campaign, and also who donates to your campaign. Again, we want to build, hence the name Influence the Cause. We're about making sure that the cause is getting influenced enough so they can grow their base. Instant gifts, you can attach a gift, a donation amount to each gift. And we have a whole tracking system in the back end, and then also a point of sale system, a redemption system also. So you don't have to use outside sources. Everything is done inside the system for you. And I'll get into that in a second. So you can assign a donation to a gift card. It could be a gift card to anything, oil change, dentist, 20% off at the dentist, 10% off, anything any business sponsor wants to put in here, you can. If you want to do your own as far as an organization, you can do that yourself as well. If you want to sell tickets to the gala, if you want to sell tickets to the golf outing, whatever it is, you can put it inside here. And as you can see, as the person wants to get this gift, they'll get this gift, they'll donate their X amount of money, and they get their gift, and it goes right inside their dashboard. And I'll show you that in a second. So this is basically what we would create with you. This would be your landing page, your main landing page that everything gets marketed off of. Back in your dashboard, you have Sponsor Connect that we talked about. Sponsor Connect here, as we build our sponsor database inside the system, sponsors have, again, like I said, have their own dashboard. And as sponsors come into the system, they're obviously looking for and wanting to be show the community their social good. So they're looking to sponsor campaigns inside of here. And then here you can easily connect with the sponsor. What we do, you can't see any of their information until you're connected. So you can see who they are and where they're at, but you cannot actually get their direct information until you're connected with them. And it's easy as doing a connection. Yes, please. And then we just sent a notification over to that sponsor asking them to connect with you, the organization, and they either accept or reject. And then once they accept, then they go into your Sponsor Connect. And then once they accept, you'll get a notification, and then they'll automatically go into my sponsors. And then once they go into my sponsors, you'll be able to see who they are and what their contact information is. So now you can work out what you guys want to plan together as far as a campaign is concerned. You could also see their past history and all the other things that they've done in the campaigns that they've been in with also in the past. My warehouse, we talked about creating gift cards and tickets and things like that. It's an easy one-page widget that you'd create. You fill this out, and we would help you fill this out with you. And then you can attach it directly into the campaign very easily. Let's get into stats. Now, each campaign has we have a 12-point stats that we track inside the campaign, how many impressions, how many views. the number of donations, the average donation amount. We even track the gift packages. So if a sponsor is giving you $110 gifts, we track that all for you. So you have that for tax purposes if you need that. How many supporters are in the campaign? How many have donated? How many have shared? How many have liked? A number of donors, one-time donations, recurring donations. How many got gift packages out of that? So we track in the gift packages too for your sponsors, so they can see in real time their ROI, right? So they can know their cost of acquisition of a new customer and their ROA in real time. How many shares and who's sharing on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, email, copy links. So we're tracking all that for you in your database, and you're able to download that in real time. So we don't keep any of the data. We store it, and you can track it and we keep it, but we don't. You don't have to ask us for it. You export the list directly to your CRM, whatever CRMs you are using, and you can do that in real time. Now, any questions thus far? I can't see anything, so.
I posted a couple in the chat, Jerry. Did
Okay,
you see
I
it?
can't see because I've got my screen, so let me pull that up.
I was just
Unmute
asking
ahead.
if there's a cost
Oh, the cost.
to take part, and then also,
yeah,
is the dashboard public facing, or is it just for the nonprofit to view internally?
just for the
One that
nonprofit.
shows, top donors and things like that.
The landing page, you mean? The campaign landing page?
Well, there's a difference between the landing page and the dashboard. The dashboard is what shows the leaderboard and so forth and so on. Because I just asked because I know that sometimes donors don't want people to know how much they've given, or they want to stay anonymous and that sort of
Correct.
thing.
Correct. Well, again, we look at it as an engagement tool, right? And so they want to directly donate to you. We don't have that capability because of our tracking mechanisms, and you'll see why in a second. So as people are donating, yes, we hemmed and hawed about that and which way to go about that, whether you want to toggle and make it, not public and public. So because of our gamification stuff and the way we do it and how we've built it, everybody's shown everything. So we show everybody in our system.
I guess if somebody wants to donate anonymously, they can do that, and then their name won't show up, right?
Yeah, I mean, again, if they wanted to donate directly to you as well, too, that's fine too, right? I mean, that's totally up to you. But the way we want to engage in consumers out there, and the way we want to get sponsors inside more campaigns, right? For no cost, or less cost than what having to get tier levels. Let's say, everybody, we always put together our sponsorship packages, and we got all these tier levels trying to push out there. Instead of a tier level, why wouldn't you now you can go to a sponsor and say, raise that money for you. I'll create a page for you. And instead of the $500 tier level, can you raise that $500 from me from your database? And so that's kind of if you think about what our concept is, right, is changing the aspect currently of business sponsorship. That's one of the aspects we're changing. And so because what you see in the stats is the same thing that the sponsor is going to get in their database, right? Two separate dashboards, but if they're gonna be a sponsor of this campaign, then they're gonna also, because they're a sponsor, they're gonna get the likes, the shares, everybody that's in the campaign to build their base. So as you can see, let me just give you a quick. My background is business. I was in real estate mortgages for 25 years and started looking into what was missing in the industry, right? And this is what we found. The three main things was obviously the right technology to getting the small and medium-sized nonprofits going, but also the sponsors, getting more sponsors, more community, small businesses inside every campaign, because now every campaign is just a marketing partnership. And then engaging more supporters through the gamification process. And that entails, again, showing people what they're doing inside each campaign and how much they're affecting it in real time. So the other question was, what's the cost, right?
Right.
Okay. The platform, there is no cost upfront. we take 10% on the back end. So our platform is 10%, but what we do is we help you create the page. We will help you get launched. We will help you talk to sponsors. We will help you put this whole page together. Then that's what we do differently than what everybody else is doing out there. And that's why we say we're helping the smaller and mid-sized nonprofits, because they don't have the resources to do this. So what we do is you'll get assigned somebody on our team, and they will put this all together for you. And they will actually even talk to your sponsors and create all this for you. They won't talk to your sponsors and try to ask for a check. That's not what we do. But we, as far as for this is concerned, because it's so different and so new that nobody's doing out there, that we want to make sure that the sponsors, they understand. And actually the sponsors understand a lot faster than what we do, than the normal nonprofit, as far as this is how it benefits you as a business, right? So they understand, wow, I can put my coupons, gift cards, they can even put a commercial in here if they wanted to, right? And they notice that their effect on the community is a lot bigger, and their ROI is a lot bigger. And so that's why we take 10% on the back end, because you're getting a marketing team, basically, a campaign creation team. I shouldn't say a marketing team. It's a campaign creation team.
That's great. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we can get back to this dashboard in a second. I want to show you what a supporter would look like. So once a supporter attaches themselves to your campaign, whether they like it or how they come in and get onboarded into the system, this is what their dashboard would look like. So you're looking at the gamification side of it. Again, we call it playantropy. It's the gamification of, it's our own word that we kind of brought up and made up. It's called playantropy. So everybody's playantropying inside the system. When I say play, I mean supporting. And there's missions inside each thing. And these are just subconscious things that we tell supporters what they can do to earn points, badges, and get on the leaderboards, right? So it's not things that they have to do. They can skip through them. They can watch a video. They can influence a friend. It's just little nuances in there to tell people what they need to do next. We have my campaigns, my gifts and rewards and notifications inside here. So every campaign that each supporter is playing in, they have it right here in their dashboard. So they can see in real time where they're at, how many shares, how many people they've influenced, how much they've raised inside this campaign. And they can also see where they stand, right? So this person may be, this person's in first position, right? And number two needs to go out there and generate another $101 to be in the top tier, right? To get up to another level to be number one. So again, you see the gamification methodologies that we utilize inside the system to get people to come back in instead of just a one-time and done. Right. So your volunteers, your advocates out there are coming back in throughout the campaign and looking at the leaderboards and seeing what they need to do next to get on top, how many shares they're at and where they're at on shares. So there's an internal leaderboard to get people motivated and engaged to come back in instead of just a one-time and done. So as you've seen the campaign leaderboard, and then we have an overall leaderboard as well, then these are the numbers of all the campaigns that each supporter is playing in at once. Right. So we know exactly where they're at standing throughout the whole system. And we do a lot of internal things and promotions during the years and the months that we show the leaderboards. We'll put that out into social media. We'll show, you know, where people are at in the leaderboards every week. We push the leaderboards. We're even coming up with a monthly support-a-thon where we will highlight the campaigns of the month. And do a live support-a-thon and just show the campaign, who they are, a couple quick minutes, and then we get into the leaderboards. We even will promote the sponsors inside that. So that's coming up. And so all the campaigns that get into the system, like I said before, they would never go back to the main page. Any new campaigns that come in here, they can see them right here, and they can automatically add them to their dashboards as they go. This is our dev site. So this is just a production site that we play in. So anytime they want to see a campaign, if they want to do it by category, they can add it, and then just they can heart it, and it automatically, way to go. And there's a lot of notifications in here thanking people for what they're doing, and it automatically goes into their campaigns. So as they are playing or supporting in each campaign, there's their own dashboard where we store all their coupons, gifts, things like that. Anything that they get inside the campaign, that these are all stored here, and where we can digitally utilize this as a point of sale on a digital side. You view the voucher, very similar to Groupon. You mark it as redeemed, say yes, and it goes away, as you can see. And then we just tracked it inside the system as a redeemed coupon, not only for you, but also for that business to know how many coupons are out, how many have been redeemed, how many have not, are still sitting there, right? So we do all that. We store all that inside the system. And again, a lot of notifications in here, as you can see, a lot of the gamification nuances and methodologies, again, just to keep people come back in. And again, we're doing a lot of that. They also get an email once they donate. We use Stripe. Every donation that comes in, you'll never ask us for money. All the money is as it comes in, it goes directly into your Stripe account. So you'll have to connect your Stripe account into it. The fees come off the top, the Stripe fees, and then it's divvied up 90-10 at that point. We don't ever take monies as far as holding them for you as the organization. Only nonprofit schools and churches are allowed, and worthy causes, but we don't allow, you'll never see somebody's vacation trying to, you have to, we're for the nonprofit schools and churches of every community. That's who we use. That's who utilizes our systems. Any questions thus far in this part?
Hey, Jerry, I want to ask a question. Yeah. Is it
Yeah.
by chance, and because I was thinking, because Martin is on here, can some of their services, some of the people that's with the ACA who may be on services or businesses, can they do like coupons for people to get their services, and they give them like 5 or 10% off on their services?
Yes, absolutely. However they want, we can create these coupons any way we want. And then we can create also the QR code for that coupon for their point of sale system. They could either send us a CSV file and then we could upload it for the coupon, or we can create one on the fly. And then this way you say, like I said, you give 100 coupons. Well, coupons are unlimited. So as you get coupons in the system, those are basically giveaways that we give away for people for liking and sharing. And then the gift side of it, that would be more of, now let's say you want to purchase, again, for the purchasing side of it, if you're doing gifts and tickets and things like that, or you want to give, you spend $150 and get $20 off, or those things like that. We can create it any way you want to create it inside our system, and we track and manage it all through the point of sale.
Okay, thank you so much.
But yes, as long as you're attaching yourself to an organization, because again, everything is attaching it to being a sponsor inside the system. And I'll show you what a sponsor's dashboard looks like. It's very similar. It's the same thing as the organization. But again, our whole thought process on doing this was to make sure that there's more small businesses are able to sponsor every campaign or every community nonprofit out there, right? And again, you got mom and pop shops that can't afford that $500 or that $1,000 on your tier levels. I don't like that word anymore. I'm trying to not say that because, we're trying to change the system. So now every small business can come and say, you know what, I'll be a sponsor of yours. We'll create flyers for them that they can put at their point of sale inside their place of business. So if somebody is at the coffee shop, or they're getting something to eat at the restaurant, we could put a QR code right at the register on their table and say, you know what, share this campaign and get 10% off of your lunch or your breakfast right now, right? That's it's a great way to capture somebody at that point. So not only did the organization just capture that, but that business just captured that person as well. So as you can see, there's a broad way of what we're doing and how we thought about what the sponsorship way is, because in my opinion, it was broke, right? Sponsors, all they're looking at really is their ROI, and I get that, and the cost of acquisition of a new customer. Now they don't have to worry about that anymore, because all it is, there is no cost for the sponsor at this point. We're not charging anything for the sponsor to be tied together with you and be a sponsor with you. We just ask them for two things: that they provide some in-kind donations, and they market the campaign to their database. That's all we ask them to do. And as you can see, it's the same thing here. They get the same, what campaigns that they have actually are a part of are all here, and that's stored. And then they can't create anything on the donation side. If when we see the, let me show you this. I'll get back to this real quick. So on the campaign page, when we're creating these cards, they can be created either way, right? They can be created by the organization, or they can be created by the sponsor, and the sponsor can send them directly to you inside the campaign. The donation side of it is all done by you, the organization. So when the sponsor says, I'm going to give you 10 gift cards, or and you assign the donation amount to those 10 gift cards. So when it comes back to you, all you'll have to do is sign a donation amount to this. And again, we're doing it for you, so you don't have to worry about this. But once you start getting a comfort level with it, it's very simple. A 4-page widget to fill out your own information and add your pictures. And then once you get a comfort level, then if you want to start doing them on your own, go right ahead. But again, if this is, these are the things that, again, are different than anything else that's out there. And that's why we're so happy with what we put together here. And again, Organization Connect sponsors can come in here and search for organizations in their area that they want to be a part of. If you are an organization or a business and you want to run a campaign for that organization, you can do that too. Get with that organization. You both connect here and create an account and connect in the system, and you guys are ready to go. So we see that a lot too. Some of these smaller businesses are looking for a way to get their word out into the streets, into the community. And so this is a great way to do that. We're just opening it up to a lot more. As you can see, these gift cards are very simple to create, and then pending action, you would add it to a campaign, and then you pick the campaign that you would want, and that's it, you're done. And then a campaign would automatically show inside that system. Any questions? Hold on, I'm trying to stop sharing here. Did I stop sharing the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, it went away all of a sudden. Okay. So that's it in a nutshell. I mean, there's a lot more into it, but I'm not going to dig deep. I mean, but as you can see, there was a lot put into this instead of just a WordPress landing page that, hopefully draws some attention to it. What you do with the information, especially the gamification side of it, you can promote campaigns. You can have this school against this school. You can have this class against this class, this business against this business, running campaigns. It's all an engagement tool to get everybody in the community excited about, we try to make every campaign the Ice Bucket Challenge is what we're trying to do, if you think about it that way. And how you take the information through either the campaign landing page or the leaderboards, and how you promote that on your social media is totally up to you. But again, now you can track your volunteers in real time, your digital volunteers. You don't have to worry about that. Everybody in your campaign now can be a volunteer and can be an advocate. Our system allows everybody to be an advocate inside your campaign, whether they follow you or not, whether they like your mission or anything like that. But once people start coming together as far as a community and their peers, people start piling on. And that's kind of what we're going at. Our market share obviously is not, the older generation, right? Our market share is millennials, Gen Xers, to the 20 to 55 year age limit. Those are what we're doing. But again, that's what businesses are looking to do, right? We kind of marketed it as far as what are businesses looking at, and what do they need as far as who are their market, market demographics that they're going after. So we are bringing that into that world instead of just saying, okay, again, I got my tier levels, I could sell, and you're not getting any traction anywhere. Look at
Jerry,
this.
and how can people reach out to you and connect with you?
Yeah, obviously through Libby anytime she can get us connected. But it's Jerry at influencethecause.com.